hello, everyone. I love this community because I really love. So I'm Marcel Ferreira. I am a senior product manager in the Power Apps Pro developer team. And what we do, what I like to say it is Power Platform is for everybody, including professional developers or code-first developers. And this is what my team does. We build tools for developers, people familiar to code, who also wants and can benefit using Power Platform. Okay, and today we will cover Power Platform CLI. We also call PAC CLI. So Power Platform CLI is a one-stop command line interface to interact with Power Platforms. So if you are used to terminals, if you want to write scripts, Power Platform tools, Power Platform CLI is a great tool. You should know it. And we did a couple of changes for Power Platform CLI in terms of authentication. Obviously, you have to authenticate, we have to be secure. And this is what I want to clarify. The tool has been growing. We have been adding lots of features and functions. And I want to clarify how authentication works and how it's a lot better now. Okay. Always worth to mention, the easiest way for you to use Power Platform CLI is through VS Code. If you're using VS Code, you just need to install this extension called Power Platform Tools. Then you have Power Platform CLI. Once you install, all you have to do is to open the terminal. So let's see the terminal here. And here, I can use PAC CLI. Okay. Before we start to use CLI, let's review a few concepts of Power Platform. So we have a few portals, right, to interact with Power Platform. One that I will show here is what we call PPAC, or Power Platform Admin Center. PPAC is for you to manage environments and settings, not only for Power Apps, but also for Power Automate, Power Pages, all the components. And this is usually for your tenant. It means it is not environment specific. So here you can see I am in PPAC. I have a list of my environments. I can check the settings, but I am not looking at one specific environment. Okay, this is what we call admin functions. And if you see here, the user that I'm using is admin1, because here I am the administrator. I'm the admin persona. Okay, so that's PPAC. Let's review another portal, which is the Maker portal. So this is the Maker portal, is basically a development platform for business apps. Here you can create Power Apps and other components, and this is backed up by Dataverse. Dataverse is the data platform that comes with Power Apps and allows you to store and model your business data. Okay, and when you are dealing with Dataverse, you have an environment. The environment list that we saw in PPAC, here I am in one of these environments. So I am in the dev environment, and this is basically where I create my components. And if I come here to solutions, here I have all the solutions that I created in this environment. Okay, so this is the Maker portal, or Dataverse. And I say Dataverse because this is where my data is stored. So these are the two concepts that I want to review. Let's go to PAC CLI. So now we will understand a little bit how we authenticate. I forgot to show. Here I am with another user, which is dev1. So this is my developer head, okay, the developer persona. So let's go back here to CLI. I am in VS Code. This is the terminal view. What I will do is I will do PAC out list. This is to show the list of authentication profiles. Here I'm already authenticated, and I am analog to the portals that I show. So here I have two profiles. Check the kind column here. Let me just, yep, this is better. So for one, this is my admin user. The admin user is the admin kind, and the dev one is the Dataverse kind. So I have two authentication profiles. Notice both of them are active. So when I use PAC CLI, for example, if I want to see the list of my environments, what I do is PAC admin list. This will show all the list of my environments. Okay, and here is similar to PPAC. I'm seeing all the environments. I don't have an environment context. Doesn't matter what environment I'm logged in. So I'm using the admin profile. Okay. Let's say now I want to see the solution list of my dev environment. Okay, so this profile here, Dataverse, is connected to my dev environment. So if I come here and do PAC solution list, this will return the list of solutions of my dev environment. Okay, so that's why we have two profiles and both of them are active. This can be confusing, and it is confusing. That's why we are changing. Here is the important part. We are changing that. We are simplifying that. We have a new kind of profile called universal profile. The universal profile, you can run admin and also Dataverse functions in only one profile. So you don't need admin profiles, you don't need Dataverse profiles anymore, and you will have only one profile active. So this is what we do now. I will clear all my authentication profiles, and I will start to use my tool from scratch because I want to show a cool thing as well. So to do that, I will do pack out clear. This will clear all the authentication profiles in my machine. So I will start from a clean state. If I do pack out list, I don't have any authentication profile. Okay, and if you're not following along, if you never use Pack CLI, now is the part you need to pay attention. Okay, I will close VS Code down now. I will start to use as I am a new user. So I will open my VS Code again. I don't have any authentication profile, right? So here I will open. I already have Pack CLI installed. It will restore my history here, but I will show I don't have authentication profile. Yes, I don't have any authentication profile, right? So here's the thing. Every time, this is the new feature. Every time you try to use a command which requires authentication, what Pack CLI will do under the hood it will try to use your Windows account. If your Windows account is linked to AAD, Pack CLI will use that to try to connect to Power Platform. And if you have a Power Platform environment related to it, it will create a profile for you. So here is the UI of VS Code. It already created the profile. I will close these to show Pack CLI how it looks like. So if I do again, pack out list, here you can see I have a new authentication profile. And this is the universal kind, and the type here is operational system. So if you are on Windows, Pack CLI will try to create for you, and it will just work. If you're not using a Windows account connected to AAD, or if you want to connect using another account, that's fine as well. All you have to do is you can use pack out create. You can do that from the UI here as well, but I'm showing Pack CLI. Okay. So if I do pack out create, it will pop up a window so I can authenticate. Here I will use my dev1 and done. I have a new profile created. And it is connected to my default environment. So my default environment is called personal productivity. If I do pack out list, I will have two profiles now and only one active, okay? Both are the same user, but this has been created automatically, and I can know by the type, operational system, and I have another one here of type user, okay? If I already have a profile, it will not try to auto-create this one, okay? So what I will do is I will just pack out delete, and I will pass a parameter I of index1. I will delete the automatically created, and now I have only one profile, okay? And if I want to see a list of environments, pack admin list, I will be able to. This is using my admin profile under the hood, okay? And if I want to see the solution, I can also do, but we are now connected to personal productivity environment. If I want to change my environment, all I have to do is pack and select, and I will pass a parameter end of environment, and I can use the name or I can use the ID of my environment. I will use this ID here. I want to connect to dev environment. I will copy, I will paste. Okay, hang on. Yep. Well, I'm trying to paste, this is not working, but that's fine. Let me connect to the test environment. Well, let's skip that, or let's use the UI. Yeah, I can use the UI as well. And I just have this error because copy and paste is not working. I am on a VM, but that's absolutely fine. Now I am connected to dev environment. There you go. If I do pack out list, I am connected to dev environment. If I do a pack solution list, I will have the list of my dev environment. Okay, so let's review what we did and a few takeaways. We used to have two different profile types, admin and Dataverse. We don't need those anymore. All you need is a universal profile. Every time you try to create a new authentication profile, by default, a universal one will be used. unless you use this specific parameter URL. If you use URL parameter, if you want to specify a URL to connect, it will still use a Dataverse type. We are changing that. Basically, what we are doing it is every time you create a new environment, a universal profile will be used. You don't need admin, you don't need Dataverse anymore. Those will keep working. If you have automations, if you are using these authentication profiles, you are fine, we are not breaking. It will keep working, but we are making harder to create these profiles. You always will create a universal profile, okay? If you want to learn more about PAC CLI, check our documentation is aka.ms/powerdev, okay? aka.ms/powerdev. You will have all the information about PAC CLI and about our team as well. So if you need anything, get in touch, and please try PAC CLI today. It's a lot simpler now with authentication profiles.